Welcome back, viewers at home. We are still, sharing light on the International Midwives Day. I mean, earlier on, we were joined by Ronald, who really gave us insight in terms of the critical role that is played by the midwife or the midwifery profession. And right now, continuing the conversation, I am joined by Sister Sally Chuma, a dedicated midwife with us. And in celebration, as I mentioned earlier on, of International Midwives Day, we are delving into her experiences and the impact of midwifery in society and the importance of really recognizing the vital role midwives play in terms of bringing new life into the world. Join me as we continue to pay tribute to the unsung heroes of childbirth. Good evening, Sally, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm great. I could ask you, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Thank you for having me on your show.
Now, in understanding the amazing, role that you play as someone who's in the profession, I want to start off by looking back and understanding what really drew you to the field of midwifery and what, or rather, who influenced your choice to make it your career.
Okay. When I grew up, I always knew that I'm gonna be a nurse because when we grow up, it's either you are a nurse or you are a doctor or you are a policeman. But I didn't know anything about the midwife. So my experience as a teen mom was a wonderful experience. So I decided to be a midwife because the nurse that was looking after me, like the midwife who was looking after me, made it a very nice experience. So it influenced my love for midwifery.
Hmm. Now, ever since being in the profession, Sister Sally, as someone who is in midwifery, what would you say, or how would you best define that moment for viewers at home that, truly ignited, if not truly affirming your passion to continue pursuing this career?
Um, this career is a very nice career, I could say. And then having those moms that comes to deliver, they like you have the passion keep on growing, especially if you are competent in what you are doing. So it had a positive impact on me as a midwife. So and then having those mentors like the other sisters, my senior sisters, like they helped me throughout to build more on this career. And the other doctors, like we have doctors, we have psychologists, we have lactation consultants. So we work as a team.
This is quite
So
interesting.
that helped me more.
This is quite interesting that you share the idea of how, you guys work as a team, the collaboration in terms of different individuals within the healthcare system are coming together in assisting the woman or the mother who's about to, give birth to their child. And it really echoes what our guest earlier on did share around this. Now, I know the healthcare for sure is always, trending for the wrong reasons. I mean, we take back to the ideas of, corruptions in the Tembisa hospital. Recently, a hospital burnt out. The idea of overworked doctors and nurses, but rarely do we find conversations around, midwives. Can you share a bit on the unique challenges that midwives face in today's healthcare system?
Okay, midwives and other nurses are all the same. They all share the same challenges. Like, for example, in our government hospitals, there is shortage of staff, and then there is shortage of resources. It is very difficult to work in a labor room that has only two machines with 40 patients. Okay, and then the hospital is overcrowded. There is no medication because of the overcrowding of the hospital. So those are the challenges that all the nurses, not only the midwife, but also the other nurses, like the general nurses, they face the same challenges. Whereas us in private, because I'm doing private, I'm not working for the government. In private sectors, the only thing that the challenges that we face is a lawsuit. You get to be sued if something goes wrong, so you have to get this insurance, which is very high, that you have to pay. So in order that you don't uh, find yourself not being able to pay back the patient if something goes wrong.
And we truly pray that there comes a point where all individuals are protected in this procedure. But now, one thing I learned tonight around midwifery is the fact that you guys go, or rather midwiferys go beyond the idea of just delivering the baby and nursing the mom to some primary level of recovery, but it's a matter of connecting with the mom from the time she recovers or discovers that she's pregnant until the moment she literally delivers the baby, and moments after that, which I believe is called um, I don't know, I can't remember the word. I think pronatal care. I stand to be corrected.
Postnatal care.
Postnatal care. Thank you so much for the correction. Now, I want to know from you, how does, being a midwife go beyond that? How can you best elaborate that for our viewers? And most importantly, what are the emotional aspects that come with the job?
Okay, the emotional aspect that comes with the job, uh, our job is very hard. It's like you are sacrificing yourself. It's a calling. That's why they say it's a calling. It is indeed a calling, because you cannot be a midwife if you don't have that passion. Like if they just place you there and say you're gonna work in this labor room, if you don't have the passion, you will never do it. You will never manage the patient very well. So midwifery is like sacrificing yourself, because like the negative aspects of it is that you will leave your own family and be there for the patient that is in labor, because labor just comes anytime. Sometimes you leave in the early hours of the morning going to see the patient, and you have to be there until the patient delivers. And then another thing is that we work long hours, then we get burnt out from the job. And then sometimes we face challenges like difficult deliveries where you end up panicking, even if you know what you are doing, but still you're gonna be panicking. And then let's say, for example, the labor doesn't go well, the baby's sick, it affects you emotionally, because now you have to cancel this, you have to cancel the parents, you have to cancel the parents to tell them, don't worry, the baby, praying that the baby's gonna be fine. And then on the positive aspect of the work is that you become happy if you have managed a difficult delivery and everything goes well. And then you become happy to discharge a healthy mother and a healthy baby.
Wow, insightful indeed. Now, just closing off our conversation tonight, and considering that yesterday and in spirit today, we are really sharing and educating and raising that awareness around midwives in the title of International Midwives Day. I want to ask from you, what message would you like to share with fellow midwives who are watching tonight, or anyone who just wants to pursue this career, as well as the community, in terms of about the work that they do and about just their role in the healthcare system?
Okay, to the midwife, the young midwife, the young midwife who still want to be the midwives. Midwifery is a very nice career if you follow the protocols and then refer in time if you see a very high risk patient. And for the community down there, I say come. Midwives are there to support you in labor. Then we ensure that you have a safe labor and then a positive birth experience. We are mature, we are patient, we are willing to take responsibility, and then we have compassion, and we are competent. So come at Oxford, there is different midwives there. You can choose, and then Genesis is opening again, so you can even come to Genesis. And for those patients who cannot afford private care, go to your clinic. Go to your clinic, get your antenatal care as early as possible. The sisters are there. They are not shouting, it's just they're just overwhelmed, but they will definitely help you.
Sis-
Thank you.
Sister Sally, thank you so much, for taking the time out of your, evening that you could have, be spending with your family or just going about your work, and you just chose it to really spend it with us and really inform us and share with us your experiences as someone who's in the profession, and that beautiful closing off message. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Viewers at home, that was my lovely conversation with Sister Sally Chuma, who was sharing in her journey as someone who is in the profession and different encounters in terms of what they go through on a daily, if not, case to case basis, on how they navigate challenges and some of the risks they run in terms of assisting some of the mothers in terms of welcoming their bundles of joy. But viewers at home, hope this was quite an insightful conversation, and hope you from today or any day when you're ready will start playing that part in appreciating the midwives and just celebrating them in that sense. But for now, let's head over to an ad break. We'll see you just after the ad break.